Oh, could you guys not hear that? Oh, wait. Almost forgot. All right, can you hear me now? Jesus. Doing some audio testing. All right, here's the merch, guys. Here's the merch. Here's the merch in 4K. Let me spin it around for you. Just kidding, I have a 4K camera. I don't think it's on 4K in TikTok, though. Kinda does look 4K. All right. I changed this to black, the blue under there, though. Comfy. Look at this, stretchy. Stretchy, comfy. No little things there. You know, I'm fine with jackets with the things, but I like jackets that just have this, like, loose fit. Look at the hood. Just goes, whoop. Oh, wait, I can't do that with this. Whoop. Perfect fitting hood. Big. And this jacket style is like the baggy. It's called a baggy hoodie. So it's not like your tight, uncomfortable hoodie. It's like baggy hoodie. You know what I mean? So you can wear it to bed too, or you can wear it out. See how that works? No strings attached. You see what I'm saying? You know, this one was pricier, so I was concerned. I ordered it. I did a lot of research and review on this specific hoodie, though, this material, and it's like 10,000 reviews, 4.9 out of 5 stars. So I was confident it'd be okay, but woo, this came out even better than I expected. We got some weather to go over, guys. Also, Friday, we're picking someone who's going to win more free merch. So if you're in the Discord, and by the way, all YouTube members and TikTok subs get access to the Discord. If you're in the Discord and you liked my last announcement, you still have time to react to my last announcement. We're going to spin the wheel on Friday. You don't have to be here for it, but if you are, great. And then I already sent Jess her merch. I think it's arriving in a day or two. By the way, if you did order merch, it's only a day or two away. I'm tracking everything, so some of you got it today. But yeah, we're gonna keep giving out merch. I'm super happy with the quality of this, so better than my expectations. Okay, let's get going, guys. Coco in the back, Coco. Waiting for the hat. Nice, Yali. The HRRR has you, Casey? Oh, no. All right, what do we got? Well, what do we got going on in here? Yeah, Casey. Casey? You in the back, Casey? Oh, we got this bright light on today. Let's make myself more tan. What do you guys think? This light? Are you thinking this light? Or are we thinking this light? Ready? This is 1. Southwest Indiana for Friday is concerning. Yes, it is. We're going to go over that. 1, 2, 3. What are we thinking? Yeah. Okay. Cap did break for Thursday on the HRRR. Correct. Ooh, we need to talk about this, guys. Down here. Let's talk about this really quickly. PDS. Destructive Storm. 80 mile per hour plus winds. Ooh, boy. I was talking about this in my videos. I don't just ramble on in my videos. I actually talk about things that are possible. I said I thought there was potential that this would be a wind-driven threat, and that's what's happening right now. 80 plus mile per hour gusts moving into this area. North, that's probably not Plate. Is it Plot? Looks like Plot. North Plate, we're going to call it because whatever. Plotty. Yeah, very, very strong winds moving into this area, so pay attention to that. Strong gusts. We don't have a tornado on the ground, it looks like. But 70 mile per hour winds over here moving in and around Norton, Kansas, Decatur, Kansas, Red Willow, Nebraska, Gosper, Nebraska, Dawson, Nebraska, Phelps, Nebraska, Furnace, Nebraska, Frontier, Nebraska, Harlan, Nebraska, Buffalo, Nebraska. Ooh, Nebraska names aren't hard to say, unlike some other states. Minnesota, Wisconsin. Feds. Confused Bond, Yali, Nicole, I appreciate you guys. Platt, like Pat? Yeah, Platt. Okay. Yeah. With TTE, yeah. North Platte. But, all right, some good wins. Nothing crazy. Let's go and talk about the juicy stuff. What's going to go on with our next 2 days. We're going to keep watching this, though. Promise you. HRRR, some people call it the HRRR model. Or some people I also see on TikTok call it the HRRR model. That's a mouthful. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Okay, well, cap gone. So we were seeing this into the north before, and we got a bunch down here now. Cap gone. Oh man, look at that spiciness on Friday. Ooh, southern Indiana, southern Illinois, border of Kentucky, this region here. Leo, what's going on? Northeast Illinois for tomorrow. Yeah, this is an uptick. Now we don't see the HRRR pulling a bunch of. We don't see the HRRR putting a bunch of supercell composites down here, or supercell thunderstorms down here. But the parameters are here, so it should be. I mean, I don't know. Let me look. Well, let's go. We know this is going to look crazy. Our unstable cape. This has continued to look crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I hope the cap continues to hold down to the south of that. Yeah, crazy 5,000. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Chicago metro region-ish. You know, our SRH values are low. You know, I think our jet is messing with this. 91/69. Let's take a look at our lower level jet. I'm going to answer everyone's questions. Coco, I got you a second. I'm going to answer everyone's questions. I want to look at all the updates real quick. What is messing with this? Our low level jet isn't cranking as much as it originally was. There's a little bit of a lag with our jet and our cape. Let's go back here. I'm looking at these updates for the first time with you guys. So now up here, this bad boy is probably gonna look like a crazy sounding. Actually, no, it's minorly capped off. I think that's wrong though. We're not gonna have that capped off up there. That's just wrong. Let's just keep going. These soundings, man. These soundings. No, we're not gonna be capped up here. What are these soundings doing? Unless that's something new. Okay, here's some new data here. Marginal TOR. Let's go into our SIGTOR parameters. Can you eat hail? Yeah, I mean, it's just, I wouldn't, yeah. It's just like eating snow. It's just, hail is extremely clean. It's just water droplets. Water droplets going up and down. It's just like rainwater is like some of the cleanest water you can drink because it's gas that's condensed into liquid. And yeah, so there's nothing bad in it. That's all hail is. It's pure water ice.
Okay, look at these Sigtor params. Why are all these models showing capping up here? There we go. Ooh, 72 over 69. That's a nice looking sounding right up here. Let's take a look around Chicago. Let's take a look around Chicago, see what we can get out of here. I mean, this is Chicago. This is south of Metro Chicago. PDS Tour, EF2 Plus, good cape. There's inhibition still, so HRRR isn't fully sold on cap breaking based on the soundings. 207 SRH is pretty decent. You 24 knot shear near the surface is pretty decent. 5.0 effective layer Sigtor, 3.8 fixed, and then you've got that really nice southwesterly flow. A little weird photograph. Our Storm Slinky's doing nothing for me. Thursday's still conditional. I'm just going to say it. Thursday's still conditional. This is crazy, though. Northern Indiana. Anyone in chat in Northern Indiana? That was a crazy sounding. Anyone in chat in Northern Indiana? I'm going to answer all your questions, I promise. I'm just reading some of this. You've got maxed out Sigtor params almost. Look at our effective layer. 10. Fixed 8.5. Anyone chat in Northern Indiana? Guess not. 75 over 72. Look at the way the dew point rides up the temperature, guys. This is so much moisture. This is such buoyant air. Look at our loop-de-loop. Look at our loop-de-loop on our photograph. Loop. Wow. Wow. Does our HRRR show us our reflectivity out there? And let me look at this, and I'm going to answer your questions. I'm taking some of this in for the first time, and I just want to see what our latest Friday updates are. Yeah. Look at it. Kind of does. All right, last thing. Let's look at our NAM 3K. 00Z. Absolute chaos on our NAM 3K. We've been seeing this. Supercells all along this boundary. This is high end. This would be not good for Chicago. You've got like 15 supercells in here, but will it happen? Models don't agree. This is probably worst case scenario the NAM 3K right now. I'm sure the Rufus shows some crazy stuff. The Rufus always does. And then last thing, let me quickly get on here for Friday. Let me go and take a look at the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley. NAM 3, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Friday evening. This whole region. Maybe expanding out a little bit, but okay. Good to know. Let's start. I'm gonna start taking questions. Leanne. Yeah, Leanne, I've had a stream pending forever, and I keep telling it to stop pending, and then it keeps pending again. I literally reached out to YouTube support for it. By the way, I'm sorry that I'm late today, guys. What the heck? What did I type in there? Pivotal weather. That's what I meant to type in. Sorry I'm late today. You guys have... Maybe some of you do have an idea. Anyone who creates content. There's so much back-end nonsense. Like, linking merch, linking, like my TM stuff, my trademark stuff, and my sole proprietorship stuff, and accounts, and God, AdSense, and there's just so much nonsense, and I just had my video today. I threw a little promotion on it just to get a little traction, and it got taken down for, oh my God, what was it? It got taken down for like extreme content. It said it was graphic content, dangerous content where someone's getting hurt. And I reached out to Google and I said, it's a weather forecast. I think you're about wrong. TikTok does this too, but what's good about Google is Google immediately answered me. It was like, oh, sorry, we'll review that, which is why I like YouTube. But I can't stand AI. AI is the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity, because before AI, a human had to look at every video individually. Like a human had to look at it. Now it's just bots and they constantly make mistakes. So annoying. I can't. I hope that I can't. So, okay. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Let me answer your questions. Here is our latest from the SBC. Yeah, Southern Indiana, yikes Friday. I agree. Solar, I agree. Stormy anxiety about to go through the roof. How's Kansas City looking? Kansas City next week. Kansas City next week. Look at our day 5 and day 6, guys. This is gonna go enhanced, maybe even moderate. So, like I said, I was talking to you about that. I don't know if you were asking last stream, but I'm watching Kansas City next week. Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday. We're gonna have to watch. Let me look. Speaking of that, let's take a look at that. When's our jet come cranking through there? Here, starting on Monday. Sunday, you could have a little action. Monday, and then Tuesday. Tuesday, really Kansas City. So, Pivotal's an update. Yeah, I know. I'm not used to it not being updated. It's been pretty good lately, but yeah, they're messing up lately. So I should double check here. Oh yeah, we got that slide all the way down to the south. We've got the enhanced here. Makes sense. I was talking about this with you guys a few days ago that this thing needed to stretch, although that was obvious. I'm not like a prophet for that. I also told you guys, well, I thought this enhanced might stretch like this, but this slight needed to stretch too, and it did. So no, this is looking better. Yeah, Pivotal Weather needs to update that. What's going on, Charles? Sellersburg, Indiana. Is that, I forget where that is. Is that north or south? That's all I need to know. Or central. South. Yeah, Sellersburg, Indiana. I mean, yeah, you guys are ground zero. X marks the spot for that severe event on... Yeah, on Friday. There's not much to say. I mean, you're going to have large hail, damaging winds, and tornado possibilities. That's all, all of the above. There's not really even much to say about it. So, it hasn't downtrended at all. That's all I'm saying. Unfortunately, it's looking Friday. A high risk is on the table for Friday. I don't know. I probably bet the under on high risk, but like this is one of those scenarios where if I woke up on Friday morning and saw that there was a high risk issued, I'd be like, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. How is Central Ohio looking for these upcoming days? I've heard severe weather for us. Yeah, I'm thinking Friday. You know what? Does Radar Omega actually have this updated? I'm thinking, 1 second. This is Coca-Cola, by the way, guys. In case TikTok or YouTube bots are watching. Coca-Cola. Yummy. So, here's our... Yeah, Ohio... I'm not too concerned with Ohio on Thursday, although Northern Ohio, we're going to have maybe some initiation up through here. We saw that sounding in Northern Indiana on Thursday. So we can take a look at that. Nate, don't give me away. Right now, I don't know. Right now, we're seeing storms really dissipate about here on Thursday. Could we get some action out here? 100% on Thursday. We could have a little bit of a nocturnal threat, but really, the models see a lot of this instability dying off around here. I can't say that word on TikTok, the D word, but so I think if we see a bad day in Ohio, it's probably going to be Friday. But hey, you've got a slight marginal / slight / enhanced in your state over the next 2 days. So everyone in Ohio needs to have a way to get alerts and be paying attention because this setup's pretty good, pretty volatile. And Beyonce concert's happening tomorrow evening in Chicago. Yeah, talk about bad timing. Yeah. Not the best timing. It's not outside, is it? Tell me it's not outside. If it's indoors, tell me it's not outside. Central Illinois. You know, again, we've got this enhanced. There's still a chance, I think, that this enhanced comes down a little bit if our cap continues to look like it's going to break to the south. So that's what I'll say. But there's a reason there's like a sharp kind of cutoff here with the weather. We don't see a lot of storms initiating until they push. Probably, maybe we might not even get storms initiating until they push past Bloomington, Decatur. It's outside. Well, if the concert's outside, guess what, guys? It's not. If the concert's outside, yeehaw, ride 'em, cowboy. Alyssa, sorry, I'm definitely late on that one. If the concert's out, it's supposed to be showing me this crap in here. If the concert's outside, it's not outside because there's no concert. I mean, yeehaw, ride 'em, cowboy. Got that one, Yali. Nice. Nice. I know I got that one. Let me congratulate myself. Nice. Yeah, no, hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we wake up in the morning and models are like, nope, huge cap on northeastern Illinois. We're not getting anything. It's going to be sunny skies. I've seen weird stuff happen in that. So I'd say 70% chance that concert gets canceled, 30% chance it doesn't, with the information we have right now. Do I think upgrading the Chicago metro area for a 10% tour? What is our tour right now? I've been so busy. It's crazy. I'm like busier now that I'm on paternity leave because I'm putting so much more effort into this. And by the way, if I haven't been answering my Discord during the day, guys, I'm literally, you can ask my wife, I'm working on this channel every day. I'm working on a lot of plans that I have for the future and setting up a lot of stuff in integration between my sites and back-end stuff on YouTube and all sorts of stuff. So I'm not going to have this time when I go back to work. So I want everything to be, and that's why I got to get in a meeting with everyone who I want to be mods, hopefully this week or next week, create some training videos. I want everything when I go back to work in a month and a half to run really smooth. And I want the Discord to be able to just update everyone. And I want people, my mods, to be able to help with the updates each day and whatever. I'm just trying to make it as efficient as possible once I have to go back to work because I'm not going to have this time. So this is a lot of stuff I'm doing in the back end. Can you check a sounding just to the north of MSP? MSP, are we talking about Minneapolis St. Paul Airport? I'm guessing, right? Yes. By the way, this 10% hatch 100% could stretch down here. By the look of the HRRR, the latest HRRR, we could have it 100% like that. Or even honestly, we could have it like that. Because looking at Indiana, yeah, this thing could go like that. So we'll have to see tomorrow morning. I wouldn't be surprised though. You know, hey, sometimes I call those risk zones changes pretty well in advance. So we'll see. Not always, but I think more often than not. I could do timing for you here. I will tell you this. This is an evening, late afternoon, evening. This last time we looked at it, it was moving into around 5-6 p.m. into the Chicago region. But I'll go over the timing again in a second. Yeah, we can take a sounding up there. What's today? Wednesday? Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. Look at this satellite. Oh my gosh. Hold up. We'll take a sounding up there. You guys see this? Let's put this in motion. Here is our... You guys can see the sun moving right there. See the sun right there. It's live radar. So here is our mid and upper level jet. This is our trough. You see this coming down here and pulling up. That's our trough. This is going to continue out to the east. Now look what's happening down here. Do you guys see this down here? You see the motion of that, and you see the motion of this right here. So these are both going to collide out here. This is moving this way. This is moving up. This is why, as we get into late Thursday and then Friday especially, you're going to see a ton of interacting. You're going to see a ton of shear and a ton of probably rotating cells on Friday, because you're going to have these westerlies into the southwesterly, southerlies. And your dew points are going to skyrocket once this subtropical jet kicks up. And it's going to interact with that really strong upper level low. So this is just a really pretty pattern, honestly. Very pretty. Let's take a sounding from above MSP. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Usually I do forget. Let's go into... It's crazy that we can just like pull up a satellite, like a live satellite of the planet, isn't it? That's wild, considering the Earth's flat and everything. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, if you're a flat earther, don't leave. I'm still I still accept flat earthers in my lives. You know, guys, I have a friend down in Charlotte who's a flat earther. I swear to God, swear I'm not making that up. Swear. I have a friend down in Charlotte who's a flat earther. Really nice guy, really cool guy. But he's not just a flat earther. He's like just a conspiracy theorist. So, yeah, I mess with him all the time. I'm like, dude, he's a nice guy. He's just kind of a conspiracy theorist, but hey, who knows? Maybe he's right. Maybe we're all crazy. But I do. All right, let's get a sounding out of here. There's not much going on up here. Let's go. What's up, Christian? Oh. What's going on, Pam? Weather Channel app calling for strong storms and possible tornadoes in Oshkosh. Yeah, that makes sense. Weather app ain't lying, probably. Central Kentucky, yeah, we'll do that. It's quiet here. It's quiet there. Too quiet. Stuff's out to your west. It's moving east. Yeah, good Cape. No inhibition. Almost 4.0 effective layer SIGTOR. Possible hazard tornado. Photographs. Interesting. Decent SRH. Low level shear is pretty high. 34 knots. You know, we're not seeing that kind of isolated, discrete, isolated popcorn setup up here. It's looking a little bit more like a kind of squall line moving through, but there is, if we do get an isolated thunderstorm or two or three moving through this region, there are parameters there for it to be very strong, potentially like mesocyclone, EF2 plus tornado. There are parameters there. So it's on the board, you know. Sometimes you don't have the parameters, but it's on the board there. What did I just click? Did I just open? God. It's on the board. Yeah, look, see how the SIGTOR parameters are stretching all the way up there, and you're not having any capping issues up there in Minnesota. So, but again, when we look at our reflectivity, I'll go over Central Kentucky. When we look at our reflectivity, looks like a lot of that's going to stay north. But yeah, Wisconsin looking spicy still, spicy as ever. So yeah, so timing for Chicago right now is still looking like the same. I think yesterday or even up to 2 days ago, I said it looks like a 7 p.m. 7 p.m. storms roll in. And it does. So who knows? By 7:30, you might still have sunny skies. I still think the concert would be canceled with these very powerful storms bearing in on the city. But still looking like early evening. My son broke my glasses, so trying not to break them even more. There's some electrical tape I have on them. I'm freaking blind and getting blinder. But yeah, still looking the same. Early evening. Central Kentucky. Central Kentucky. 3 new follows. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the follows. Thank you. Thank you. Do you think tomorrow could go moderate? It could. We could get a day one moderate. Central Kentucky. You know, HRRR thinks you could get some very interesting early morning storms. Talking like 8, 9 a.m. On Friday. But the main event's obviously behind there. And here we go. Are you guys Eastern here? I think you're Eastern. So that would be 6 p.m.-ish. 5, 6 p.m.-ish. Some strong, potentially. Yeah. Starting at 5, 6 p.m. in the evening. And then we could see a lot of storms moving through that region. It could be a couple different. You could have an early morning event. And then you could have this. This is going to be the main event, though. Evening hours. You can see the HRRR does have some supercell action moving through here. Other models are going wild down here, though. Other models are going a lot crazier than the HRRR. You can see this right here. 9, 10 p.m. Look at this. If the NAM is correct, it doesn't matter if you get hit by a tornado here. You're going to have storms packing 80+ mile per hour gusts in here. Large hail as well. So let's hope the NAM isn't correct. I appreciate that, Pam. Yeah, subs only $2.99 and you get access to the Discord. We have what? Almost 200 people in the Discord. Guys, I update that bad boy. Every single day. Southwest Indiana sounding Friday, please. All right, let's do it. I got you. I gotcha. Real quick here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Every single day, every single one of these is updated. Severe risk zone, tornado risk zone, high wind, hail, extended forecast, 48-hour rainfall, 48-hour snow, temperature, wildfire, drought, earthquake, volcano, ENSO update, hurricane update, storm reports, CSU. We have live updated SBC, NHC, WPC, mesoscale, and NWS key messages as they come out. PDS alert, tornado warning, severe alert, everything. And then we've got all our chats hanging out, having a good time in here, you know. So anyways, it's a good time. Yeah, if you do sub, you get access to it. So it's $2.99 a month. Oops, I didn't mean to go there. It's a good time. And it supports the channel because I pay for a lot of different things, whether subscriptions and Discord subscriptions and everything else to be able to do this. So, but yeah, I do appreciate it, guys. So we can take a Southwest, what was it? Southwest Indiana sounding. Let's go into here. You know, I'm always in the voice channel in Discord too. If anyone, listen, people are scared to talk. Like everyone wants to type. Mark, listen, you can, if I'm in the voice channel, you can get in. We can have a conversation. Here we go. Friday. All right, this is what we're now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I gotta call Matt. He's probably seen this, but this is crazy. No way. Hold up, I gotta call Matt. Oh boy. Oh boy, chat.
Dude, tell me to tell you I would be hard run for Friday.
Wait, are you in my stream?
No, I was making food real quick.
Open my stream. I pulled up a sounding on top of Owensboro. Not like 30 miles to the northeast, south, or west. On top of Owensboro. Open my stream.
Oh, that's the one I pulled earlier, yeah.
9.0 effective layer. 4300 surface cape.
Bad.
What is...
It's so bad.
But dude, look at the temperature and dew point. 76 over 74.
We're gonna get something, and I'm so nervous.
Dude, you're going to walk outside and be soaked. There's so much moisture on the surface.
Tomorrow and on Saturday. It's supposed to tomorrow and on Friday.
Dude,
Yeah.
that air is so buoyant. You might actually lift off like Dorothy and float up into the sky.
Thanks, Connor.
And then look at the low level directional. You've got southeasterly pushing into southwesterly. Dude, this is wild.
You saw the just-
Dude, I just noticed 332 SRH and almost 40 knot surface shear. Oh my god.
Am I cooked, Connor?
Chad, he's cooked. Oh, I meant to mute. Sorry, I meant to mute. I meant to mute you when I said that. Chad, he's. Oh wait, Chad, he's cooked. Anyways, I'm back. What's going on?
I'm so cooked.
Yali said, "Poor Matt." Casey said, "I'm cooked." Yeah, he's air fried. Oh no, not the chair descent. Yeah, Claire. Yeah, you guys know when I do the chair descent, it's getting bad. Matt, I'm like, I want to say I'm jealous of you, but I like being in severe weather. I would not want to be in this sounding.
I don't want to be in this either, Connor. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous as hell.
This makes me,
That'll be the one time I
yeah, this makes me think the NAM 3K is correct because the NAM 3K is showing something crazier than the HRRR reflectivity wise.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my god, dude, this is just.
I say two moderates get issued tonight, and then maybe even a high risk potentially by the time Friday gets here.
Yo, would this be? Were you were in the high risk earlier this year?
We were 30 miles away from it.
This might be your high risk.
The only one I've ever been in my life.
Oh my gosh.
You jealous?
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to stream.
No, I told my team. I already told them. I said if this is what's gonna happen Friday, we'll be off. We'll be covered on
Yeah.
Friday.
Chat, for you guys wondering, we're looking at this region here for a high risk, maybe. All right, Matt. Love you, bro.
Love you too, bud.
Talk to you a little bit. Best of luck. Just kidding. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Alright.
Bye. Holy smokes. You know, I'm a weather nerd. I love this stuff, so I get excited when I see this, but I'm also very realistic, and we don't want this. We do not want this. We do not want this. We do not want this, that helicity shear. This is such turbulent. This is... Guys, the closer your dew points and temperatures are at the surface, the more buoyant your air gets, and your temperatures and dew points are almost identical at the surface here. This is going to be... This is like nutty. If this look stays, we go high. I'm telling you right now. If this look stays, we go high. 77 over 74, 9.0 effective layer, 652 SRH, 36 knot lower level shear, 30.4 supercell composite. Oh my gosh, look at the Storm Slinky, guys. I love me some Storm Slinky, but you guys can't see it. Look at the Storm Slinky. Look at the rotation on this. Oof. All right, guys. Sorry, I'll get back to answering your questions. This was just, I didn't expect that type of sounding out of there. I mean, I knew it was bad, but that's a little bit sketchy. Yeah, wait, let me pin that comment. Oh, guys. Let me do a. Oh, what the heck? Why is it saying my stream's on TikTok? Let me make sure. Everything's still good. Okay, I'm good. Let's do a quick poll. Custom. Let's do create new. Is one second, guys. I'm gonna. One second. 1 second, chat. Give me half a second. Okay. And let's run it. All right, let's get the votes in. Matt, are you in here? Let's get the votes in on the poll. We have yes and sí pero español. Well, I think, oh, en español. Sorry, I think that's what I meant to say. Yes, but in Spanish. I should have had yes, but in German. Well, I can't remember what yes is in German. Oh, I bet my wife knows. Do you know how to say yes in German? Oh. She goes, yeah. And I was like, what? And I'm like, oh, that's literally it. It's yeah. Oh my God, I'm so dumb. I literally go, can you tell me what yes is in German? She goes, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Lord. Yeah, we can get another sounding Southwest Indiana. Okay, yeah, so Matt, looks like yes in English wins. Sorry, buddy. Southwest Indiana. Sure. Let's get a Southwest Indiana sounding. Let's get a Southwest Indiana sounding. I mean, how far southwest are you? Uh, 4,000 surface cape, 77 over 73. Decent level rotational shear from the surface up to the mid layer. Sound, photographs interesting. Nice looking storm slinky, PDS Tour possible 7.0 effective layer, southwesterly flow, good SRH, good shear. Yeah, I mean Southwest Indiana. All of this. Yeah. Oh, that's right. What the heck is going on? There we go. TikTok. I might have to get off of this live, guys, on TikTok, and then exit and then re-enter because TikTok's doing the thing where it bans my live for dangerous content, and I have to appeal and say I'm literally doing a weather forecast. So I may have to just close my stream and reopen it right after. I know it's not again. I know. Tell me about it. My last few streams I didn't have that issue, which was nice, but can't go too long without bots messing up. Chicago. Yeah, Chicago's still conditional to me, but Chicago 6-7 p.m. tomorrow could have strong supercells moving through, capable of producing large hail damage, winds, and tornadoes. Half the models show it, half the models don't. Well, most of the models show it now, actually, but there's still some models that disagree on the capping. But it's uptrended a tiny bit. Illinois in general has uptrended a tiny bit as we move through the day today. It was downtrending last night into the morning and uptrended again. So, I mean, we can just take a look at this. This is going to be going into Thursday night. Now, this is the NAM. The NAM's... Let's take a look at this. Some decent severe parameters. SIGTOR isn't really up there, but let's look at our CAPE values. CAPE values are still pretty crazy up there. Chicago, 42. Well, let's look at this. 4,500 surface CAPE. Pretty windy. Photograph 72-degree dew points. 5.0 effective layer. SRH and shear not terrible, so this is still a little bit of a volatile setup up there. You are allowed to have you can't be like drinking a beer or like a bottle of liquor on stream, but you are allowed to be drinking a drink. And it's not because of that, because in all the other streams that it did the same exact thing, I was not drinking anything. Well, a bunch of them. It just does it every other stream. I could literally not take a sip of anything my whole entire stream, and it'll still pop up, and it'll still say I have to appeal it. So I've learned that. Believe me, I've done enough streams. I stream every night. Does not make a difference, unfortunately. Pam, I appreciate you. NTX, what's going on? Confused Blonde. Yeah, last time, yeah, exactly. I was drinking a Red Bull, and you could clearly see a Red Bull can, and it did it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I could be, it literally doesn't matter. It's not Loverboy. This is a brand. This is a trademarked brand that has nothing to do with, this from the show Summer House. From the show Summer House on Bravo or whatever. It's his brand. He has like a drink brand. It's, you're allowed to wear brands. You are allowed to wear brands too.
And like I said, I never wear this hat on stream, and I still get appealed. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's trust me, guys. I've been dealing with this long enough. It's just bots that they don't understand what this happens to everyone. A lot of content. I've been talking about it a little bit more than other content creators, but I've been in contact with a lot of content creators. The same stuff's happening too, and they're like, "What am I doing on stream?" There's nothing. It's just error by bots. What a good thunderstorm! It always does out right before the lake. Yeah, sometimes that can happen. I'm drinking a chelada. What should East Tennessee expect over the next couple days? East Tennessee, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with East Tennessee. Risk zone wise, let's take a look at you guys on the one to date. East Tennessee, you guys are in that marginal on Friday. We could see the slight shift over to East Tennessee, but after that, I think we're going to have a day 4. I think we're going to have a day 4 risk. Let's look at our Rufus. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Do you guys see the Rufus for Friday? Wild. Insane. But let's look, and also notice the Carolinas on Friday. We'll have to see. That's interesting. So, but this does push down into southern Tennessee. Nice. Oh my gosh. Pam, thank you. Holy crap. Thank you, Pam. That was sweet. Thank you, Pam. Yeah, getting into Saturday, this is going to push a little bit farther down into the south. It actually looks really cool. It just takes over my whole chat. This is going to... So this is our Saturday morning. You've got maybe some supercells, some strong thunderstorms making their way into eastern Tennessee and down into northern Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. And here we go on our Saturday. We're watching, at least from the Rufus perspective, this region out here. I do think because of our jet stream, we'll have a potential for a severe threat out here. Let's take a look at that really quickly. Unless that changed. Yeah, Pam is the real MVP. Oh, you know what I should have done? Shout out to Pam. The funny potato gamer? Wait, who's that? Wait. Ha! You remind me. I remind you of this. Wait. Wait. No, get out. Wait. I remind you of this? No, wait. You're right. 1 second. No, you're right. Twins. Actual twins. Not gonna lie, this does look like me when I game. That does look like me when I game. All right. Sorry. Let's get back to this. Denver International Airport had a ground stop because of the storm currently hitting Nebraska. Oof. We can go take a look at that right now. Philip, what's going on? They're saying it's going to be bad Friday in Missouri. Yeah. Lately there's been some models putting some worse thunderstorm action up in Missouri than there were before, so it definitely could be, and including around the St. Louis region.
Hey, listen, I've always got Red Bulls here. Cold ones. Always. You gotta stay strapped when you have kids. By strapped, I mean have Red Bulls.
Oh, wait, let's get someone who probably just joined the stream was like, what the heck is he doing? So, yeah, so here is getting into Saturday. And take a look at our jet out here, guys, out east. You tell me we got 85 mile per hour winds just above our head out here on the east, and we're not going to have any severe weather. I don't know. Maybe it's a capping issue, but I'm watching out there in the east, including Eastern Tennessee on Saturdays. I don't care what the SBC has to say. You know what I do care about? CSU, because CSU always agrees with me. Is the CSU agree with me, or do I agree with the CSU? Am I a follower? Watch what I guarantee you the CSU sees what's happening out there in the east on Saturday. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So they're stretching this out here. I agree max probability should be over here, but definitely something could be happening up and down this boundary on Saturday. So, this whole nonsense right here, that's probably going to change. Pearly, I appreciate you. Probably going to change. Sorry, let me go back to my models, guys. And let's do rapid fire. Let's do rapid fire questions. I haven't done rapid fire answer questions in a while. Okay, let's switch this off. Really quick, let's just go to our day one. Wow, these storms are getting... There's got to be some big hail in here. All right. High risk Friday. Southwest Indiana high risk. Possibly. I'm 50-50 on that. I do think we could have one, yes. CSU as in Colorado State University? Yes. They've got good weather people there. A very good weather people. Northeast Wisconsin tomorrow. Northeast Wisconsin. Significant tornadoes, EF2+, are possible. Large hail and strong winds, damaging winds, definitely as we get into the evening hours, late afternoon. Keep your eye on the skies, stay weather alert. You should take the threat pretty seriously. There's a chance, it's kind of a QLCS setup, meaning, so quasi-linear convective system. There's going to be a little bit of congestion, and it's going to be hard for there to be like proper inflow for tornadoes, and updrafts could be a little bit disrupted. So sometimes that becomes a little bit more conditional with that type of setup, but I do think that we're definitely going to get some strong, severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe even tornado warnings issued up there in Wisconsin. Okay. Okay. Everyone who's in here, I'm going off live, and literally it's going to take me 6 seconds. My live will be back up. Connor's Climate Corner, just because they're messing with me. Okay. 6 seconds. Going off live, hopping right back on. Literally, start a timer in 3, 2, 1, go. That was definitely faster than 6 seconds.
I'm telling you, that was faster than 6 seconds. That was like 4 seconds. It probably didn't refresh for you even quick. I was like 4 seconds.
And we're back. Shebang. Reagan. Can I say hi to every single person who enters here? Let's see. Say hi, say hi, say hi. Do you guys see when oh, it shows me waving? Mari, Florida? I counted 8. No. Claire. On my end, it was like 4 seconds. It takes, once you go live, it takes TikTok like a couple seconds or a few seconds for it to register. So if you counted 8 seconds, it was definitely closer to 5. I'm telling you, when I go live, it takes a second for TikTok to register. It was quicker than that on my end. Yeah, okay, so let's do rapid fire questions. I got a lot of people asking a lot of stuff. Florida, so someone asked about Florida. Florida's not looking that bad. I mean, a quick way to look at Florida is we can just simply go into our Euros. We can go into our total quantitative precipitation. And do you guys see any precipitation in Florida over the next friggin' week? At least 5 days? None. It's going to be pretty nice down there in Florida, nice and hot. Oh, give me 2 seconds, because I got to do this rapid fire questions. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds, okay? 2 seconds, chat. Oh, no. Have you been watching this? Hey, chat, sorry. Sorry, chat. Oh my god, 111 people in here and I wasn't even here. Oh my god. Whew. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey guys, sorry. Oh! Yes, you in the back. Thank you for raising your hand, Santi. I know. I was, yeah. I know that took me longer than it was supposed to. Let's go. Santi, talk to me. Talk to me, brother. Sister. Southern West Virginia. Caitlin, thank you for raising your hand. Southern West Virginia. Southern West Virginia is definitely a Friday threat. Definitely Friday threat. Could even be a Saturday threat, believe it or not. So we'll have to watch that. Could a moderate or high be issued for Kansas on Monday? Yes. Tuesday, though, I think maybe. Tuesday might even be worse. Hey, Cricket. You need to go back and read the chat. What was happening? Oh, so sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm back, and we're doing rapid fire, so let's go. Someone asked, what's it looking like right now? let's go off of NOAA SPC since pivotal weather isn't. You need to raise your hand to ask a question. Okay, we got quickly mesoscale discussion. This was actually 22 minutes ago. Bad, Connor. Greatest short-term severe threat right in here. I don't know anything about this area. I'm sure there's cities here though. So, wow, this is the worst explanation from SPC ever. Usually they're like chance of this or this or this happening. The greatest severe threat here. Okay. Yeah, that's the whole explanation. It's not even a long explanation. Okay, that was a waste of time. Convective outlook. Someone asked about the convective outlooks. Here is our Thursday. Here's our Thursday. We could get an enhanced stretching down here. Now, we do have a tornado, 15% SIG tornado risk up here. In Wisconsin, this means EF2 plus tornadoes are possible. This could stretch down into eastern Illinois, including Chicago, down into Indiana, and then western Michigan as well. Toronto weather the next couple days. You know, Toronto could get some bad severe weather Thursday night into Friday morning. Other than that, I'm not too sure because I've been paying attention to the short range models lately, and all the short range models care about is the U.S. They're very short range models don't like other countries. No, it's because they deal with weather balloons that are only lifted off in the U.S. So I actually wish I could tell you more about Toronto right now, but when there's severe weather, I look at our national models so much that I almost forget what's happening outside of there. It's different than when I'm looking at like even in winter or even like hurricane season, and you're looking at global models so much, you know what's going on around the country. But I could really quickly for you. We could really quickly for you, and I got to do this quick because I'm trying to do rapid fire here. Just go into. You can tell how your weather's going to be a lot by your quantitative precipitation. Toronto's not looking too bad. Not like an absorbent amount of rainfall over here in the next 5 days. So, you know, you can see where our crazy rainfall totals are going to be. Let's go back here. Could there be a high risk for Friday? Yes. High risk on the table. I'm 50-50 about it right now. Yes, there could be. Reedsburg, Wisconsin. Where's Reedsburg, Wisconsin? Yeah. You might get lucky. A lot of models show storms initiating like right to the east of there. So you might have sunny skies, and then you might see storms initiating out to your east and moving away from you, but it's going to be a very close call. I'd pay attention. Tony, I appreciate the 5 lightning bolts. Ooh, I got a new follower. Thank you, new follower. I love you, new follower. I'm just kidding. I have a wife. Really hoping not, but thank you. Yeah, no problem. Could the risk for severe weather on Monday be extended into Kansas City? Well, I think there's going to be a Tuesday risk for severe weather, so yeah, Kansas City could have a threat Monday and Tuesday. I think Tuesday might be worse for Kansas City based on our latest Euro.
Tanya M in the back there. Saw you raise your hand.
If there was a high risk for Friday, where would it be? Ooh. That's a pretty easy one. Yeah. Let's take a look. I'm gonna show you guys something, and I want you to tell me where you think it's going to be. Where do you think the high risk could be on Friday? All right, ready? Where do you guys think the high risk could be on Friday? I'm thinking northern Montana. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, I think we could definitely, I mean, just smack dab in the middle of this reflectivity. We've got similar on the HER. We looked over, and I'm not just taking, the Rufus model shows kind of crazy situations sometimes, but the HER SIG tour through here and the soundings we were getting were insane. They actually kind of agree with the Rufus here. It's not for sure. The HRRR still shows a little bit of inhibition issues, so it's not for sure, but definitely there. Naya, timing for Chicago, still looking like we're going to say between 6 and 8 p.m. Could be as early as 5, could be as late as 8. We'll say 5 and 8 p.m. Looks like at 7 o'clock, storms are going to be, you're going to be hearing thunder and lightning on the horizon, strong downdrafts. So maybe even 6:30. Haley. Can we see DeKalb County, Illinois for Thursday? DeKalb County, Illinois. Illinois, as they say. No one says that. Well, I mean, here, let's simply do this. You guys are conditional still. I still consider you guys conditional. Some models still struggle to see storms forming here because of that capping issue. And some models show the storms actually igniting right to the east of that county. But you guys are in an enhanced risk. So there's not much to say about that other than, yeah, tornadoes, hail, strong winds, very severe weather is possible. Everything's on the table for you guys right now. So when you're in this, you want updates. Tomorrow morning, you're going to want updates. You don't have to come to me. I'd love if you came to me. I will... I post on my TikTok story every morning. I try to do it early, but with kind of my general update, and I try to get. I'm gonna try to put out a video early tomorrow because this is extremely important information. I can't be putting out the video at 4 p.m. when there's a freaking supercell mesocyclone barreling down on Chicago. Not that that's gonna happen. That might not happen, but I need to get out a video early tomorrow, so I'll be updating this early. This day one updates tomorrow are going to be very important to see what they do because some models bury Chicago in supercells and some actually don't have any thunderstorms initiating over the city, which would be fantastic for you guys. Friday, Jackson, Tennessee. Let's take a look. Now everyone raising their hand. Coco, I got you. Give me a second. Yeah, yeah, here, let's take a look at our severe. You guys are in that slight. What's our tour risk looking like? Oh, we're not even going to have the tour on the day 3 yet. Here's our probabilistic, though. Sketchy stuff. You know, Jackson, Tennessee, a lot... Most of the models bring a lot of these strong storms to the north and then shift them south late in the day, but they lose a little bit of that strength. I'll be posting at 5. Yep, look at that. Mesomat, I'll be up at 5 a.m. posting. So for any of you worrying about, I probably won't have all my posts done until 9 or 10 a.m. tomorrow. But for any of you worrying about anything like wondering if you should leave or, some people actually have a lot of storm anxiety. Mesomat, MESOMATT, he's pinned up there. He's your guy. He is your guy. He'll be getting that stuff up. I'll be getting it a little bit after him. So, and he'll be live covering the whole event. I can't live cover the whole event. I've got a lot of stuff to do with my kids. But I actually got some, the photos after your kid's born. You take the photos. Matt, I love you. I appreciate you, Matt. I love you, Matt. But, so I won't be, I'll probably be covering the main event tomorrow, though. I'm talking like, if I can get on 6 to 10 or something like that, I'll probably be doing that. But I'll have to be doing a lot with my kids early in the day. But we should both be on covering tomorrow. Mesomat, though, he's great. MESOMATT. Yeah, I'm not as concerned with Tennessee on Friday yet. There's a reason you're in this risk zone, though. There's a reason you're in this risk zone. The risk zones tend to get more accurate, and a lot of times they expand as the day gets closer. So we'll have to pay attention down there. You're below the most volatile instability setup, but it's still not a good time if you don't like severe weather, I would say. Not, Allie, Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, okay, so that's actually an interesting one. Let's go back over to Pivotal Weather. And Did I turn the AC off? Oh, I did turn I always turn the AC off in here when I'm making videos so I don't have the freaking AC in my mic. And then I start sweating when I'm live streaming. One second, guys. One second, guys. I'm just doing one thing real quick. We're going to look at Omaha. Give me 1 second. I know YouTube, you're probably confused. Where is my display? One second. Oh, here we go. Alrighty. Let me add a source. One second, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna disappear for a second. Give me 1 second, okay? I know I disappeared. Give me 1 second. Scene. Oh my god. For any of you wondering why it's hot in here, it's because I'm surrounded by technology. Okay. And lights. All right, so let's do Omaha. I need to make that scene. What's going on in Omaha right now? Well, actually, we can look at Radar Omega first. We've got storms out to your west. Let's go down to single site. We've got some storms out to your west. Moving east. What's going to happen as we go through the night? Well, let's go to our latest HRRR. We can go to our most short range. Let's go HRRR O2Z. And we'll push out over here to the Central Plains. So here's what's going on. So this is good. The HRRR has these storms lifting off to your north. If we look at the NAM, same thing. Let's look at our MPAS. Same thing. Omaha looks to be pretty good. Can't discount the fact that we could. This is the latest NAM. It does still have some a little bit of action down there. Just to, I think Omaha's what, right in the center there. Yeah, even farther south. You guys are looking good. You guys are looking fine. And this is your threat tonight, not tomorrow or Friday.
Reagan, right there, you in the back. And then Alexis.
Can you please do sounding for tomorrow in Chicago or Juliet? Yeah, I can do that. And then Alexis, how is it supposed to be in South Nebraska on Monday night? That's a good question. Okay, let's do both. That's a good question. Let's do both. I need a sip of my Coca-Cola. Just Coca-Cola for a second, though. We have the HRRR00Z now, so we're going to take a look here. Let's get a sounding out here. Okay, so Chicago. This is 7 p.m. A little bit of capping down there. This is what I'm talking about. We've got some inhibition here. SIN, convective inhibition. Basically all it is you've got convection that wants to form and rise at the surface, and it doesn't have the forcing to do that. So your SIN is basically, when you see this this brown SIN, this negative brown SIN on the sounding, if this pocket of convection or of potential convection can make it past a certain altitude, it's gonna explode into thunderstorms. But when you have this level of SIN or inhibition, it's struggling to reach that altitude. I think Mesomat correct me on that, but it's struggling to reach that altitude. So, this is a pretty decent sounding. You've got some good surface cape. You got a marginal torque risk to almost 2.0 effective layer, 3.5 fixed, 230 SRH. I mean, 43 lower, 43 not lower level shear. That's like 55 mile per hour winds. Sustained winds just above your head there. So, turbulent winds. And then right at the surface, you still have the southerly flow and then straight into a southwesterly to a westerly flow. So everything's still on the table for Chicago. Like I said, when we say there's a conditional setup, it's all or nothing. And I think Chicago's still an all or nothing setup. Nebraska. Someone asked about Nebraska on, what was it, Monday. Everyone's talking about Monday, and I'm looking at Tuesday. But okay. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm looking at Monday. I'm looking at Monday and Tuesday. I'm looking at Monday and Tuesday next week. Oh my God, 318 roses. Thank you, Manders. 25 lightning bolts. Yes, Tuesday for Iowa. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into our Euro here. Here we go. What should we... I'm gonna do our... I love my 850 millibar jet. It never fails me. So here is Monday evening. Here's Monday evening. You can see when you have this sloppy mess here, you've got divergence and you've got some strong lower level winds. All I'm looking at right now on the screen right now is these wind barbs. All right, chat. Which direction is the wind flowing? If you have a wind barb that's like this, what do we call those winds? Boom. Kalakabaka wins. Wait, okay, I haven't seen the right answer yet. Red Bull wins. Sounding in Highland, Indiana tomorrow. I can do it for you, Lauren. Someone send you a cowboy? Oh no! I missed the cowboy. BC, by the way. BC, Cassandra. Shadow. Oh my gosh, I missed the cowboy. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. I'm sorry, I missed that. Wait, no one knows what these winds are called? Is Mesomat, are you in here? These are southerly. So you say the name of the winds based on where they're coming from. So westerlies. Okay, imagine there's an arrow there. So these winds are southerly. So you see the wind barb. It's confusing because when you see something like this, you want to say that the winds are actually moving in this direction because this is where the barbs are, right? But the wind is actually moving in this direction. I hate it. I hate it. I literally hate it. I hate it. I think if the winds are moving to the north, the barbs should be on top. But no, it's not how it works. So these are southerly winds. You also know this because look at the low pressure here. This is the spin of the low pressure, and you can see your winds going up, spinning around it. So anyways, these southerly winds are going to be pumping dew points and pumping warm, moist air from the Gulf into Kansas. This is a very, at a decent clip too. We're talking 50, potentially up to 55 knot lower level winds. And then moving into Tuesday, here, let me go to the 12Z of the Euro. Moving into Tuesday, look at what happens. Look at that. Look. I'm watching this. That's what I'm talking about for Kansas City on Tuesday. You've got a land hurricane here, guys. Not literally, but you got a land hurricane here. You've got 64 knot, 80 mile per hour winds, little below, but 80. This This is like a land hurricane. This is one of those things where, and especially if we go down farther to the south at that same time frame on Tuesday, because I like what the tail end of these do. This to me, we could have a risk zone coming all the way down here through Dallas. You've got westerlies here. Notice you've got westerlies here, southerlies here, rotation in here. So I'm not watching just Monday. I'm watching Tuesday too for Kansas City. Could the risk go high? Way too early to tell. I don't even want to talk about something going high until we're within 96 hours max, but 72, 48 hours. So this is 144 hours out. So I would say I'd be surprised because, well, let's look at the GFS. If the GFS shows this too, I'd be shocked if we didn't get at least an enhanced on this day. So yeah, I mean, look at this. The GFS shows it a little bit farther to the north. And that's why, when we're out this far, the models aren't going to perfectly agree. They agree more in a short range. But yeah, this is Tuesday evening. Look at the GFS. Look at Kansas City. Look at this setup here. Westerly, southwesterly, southerly. You've got good shear. You're probably going to have big instability here. We can take a quick look at that, but I already know we're going to have. Let's go to most unstable cape. Here we go. So not insane, but we do have, let's look at Kansas City. Yeah, I mean, 2,200 joules per kilogram. Look at that. Almost 3,000 surface cape. You've got Tor possible hazard, and this is far out. This is going to change, but I'm guessing you're going to have a little bit more SRH down here to the south. Let's look at it. Yep, 162 SRH over and 24 knot surface shear. So if your low's here and you've got a spin here, typically your highest SRH is going to be a little bit down to the southeast, and it's going to be a little bit less right along this boundary. High winds, hail. But anything's possible. This is out far enough. 140 plus hours. This is going to be something real spicy. Is a moderate and high risk on the table out here? I mean, I get with this setup, it's possible, but it's too far out to tell. It's too far. There's going to be a lot of changes. McLaren, I appreciate you. Is Yali in here? That's going to... We could get Texarkana mixed up in here, too. Uh-oh. Do you think they will issue a moderate risk for the next day one outlook? Do I think they will? At the next update, no. Tomorrow, maybe. At the update after that, maybe. I don't think at the next update, based on what I've seen, they'll issue a moderate. At the update after that, maybe. They could. They definitely could issue a moderate. They definitely could issue a moderate. They definitely could issue a moderate up here in the Midwest for tomorrow, but with this next update. But I think they're going to wait until a little bit before this. I think they're waiting to see because it's still a little bit conditional. So I think this setup here is going to stay enhanced with this next update, and then maybe, depending on what happens, go moderate. I'd say 60-40. It's going to go moderate. Afternoon hours. A better downtrend. I'm not doing that. Oh, Santi, you in the back? You in the back? What time will Chicago storms end? Listen, if the storm, it depends. If the storms move in at 6, they'll be done by 8. If the storms move in at 7, they'll be done by 9. It's gonna be a quick hour or two. It's not like this. Yeah, I mean, you can see here. It could be even less than that. It could be just an hour of it. You see this boundary here. This is kind of a QLCS. They're going to move through and they're going to be gone. But it could be an hour or two of some pretty bad weather.
One second, chat. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, sorry guys. Well, about weather hit Kansas City Sunday. No, again, it's a Monday, more of a Monday threat. I think still more of a Tuesday though. I would say Tuesday. I think they may issue a high for Friday, but moderate. I think moderate's almost guaranteed for Friday, but I think high is definitely on the table for Friday. Oh, Santi, you raised your hand and then I missed your question. Sorry, I was responding to someone on my phone. Oh, Diane, how would Hopkinsville, Kentucky look? I haven't been there. Central to Western Kentucky, Northern Kentucky. The only really place that looks maybe not too dangerous, or not too, I don't want to say dangerous, I don't want to scare anyone, but not too bad on Friday is Southeastern Kentucky. The rest of them really need to pay attention. Central Minnesota Thursday, not too bad. A lot of storms look to initiate out in eastern Minnesota, but I would still pay attention because if the storms do initiate a little bit early, that could get sketchy. Definitely. Okay, Santi, ask your question again because I completely missed it. Sorry guys, I was answering something and I got completely off track. Suddenly, Grace. Oh my God, Grace, I didn't even see you answer it over there. Correct. Can you please show the radar moving? Sure. I mean, I'll show you this. I'm just going question by question. Western Ohio. Western Ohio is still a Thursday night threat. Western Ohio is a Thursday night into Friday afternoon. I mean, so we can take a look at this here. Let's see here. Oh, do you think next week, Santi, do you think next week it will have risk zones every day? How will it impact? We could have risk zones every day next week with the setup, yes. So here we go. So yeah, very late Thursday. We're talking about 10, 11, midnight, 1 into North and Western Ohio. That's on the HRRR. And then watch what happens as we get into Friday. Friday, I think, as I've said, I think it's going to be worse for Ohio, but probably this sector, central to southern Ohio. Lauren, sounding in Highland, Indiana tomorrow. Let's see. Where's Highland, Indiana? One second, guys. How's Green Bay looking? Green Bay looks a little bit volatile tomorrow. I would definitely pay attention. Tornado, wind, and hail are all on the table. Wait, Highland. Oh, Indiana. I hope. Oh, yeah. So you guys are very conditional, but if you do get storms firing up in that area, they could be what we call significant EF2 plus tornadoes, very large hail, strong winds. There's the instability in that region is pretty high. So some models show it, some models don't. Pay attention closely if you're in that area. One more question. So if it says storm will start at 5, will it be done by 7? I mean, yeah, when you have this type of setup tomorrow that's moving through, it's not. It's going to be an hour. It's a lot of places are going to experience bad weather for an hour, and then it's going to be over. Hi, I just joined. Is OKC good through the weekend? I think OKC's fine through the weekend. OKC gets very interesting Monday and Tuesday, though. I'll tell you that. Probably Monday for OKC. Maybe even Sunday night, but I think Monday's OKC's, where it could get very interesting. Be right back. You better be live. I will be. No problem, Taylor. Hi from Wisconsin. Excited for this weather. The perfect mom. Some people love it. Some people don't. Like I said earlier, I love severe weather. I don't know if I'd want to be where Mezzo Matt is in Owensboro, Kentucky, or anywhere in southern Indiana, southern Illinois, western Kentucky for Friday. But well, I probably would want to be there. I love this stuff, but it's a little sketchy. I probably would want to be there. How's Des Moines, Iowa looking next week? Iowa could definitely get involved as we move into Tuesday. Maybe Monday night, but I think Tuesday. Got raised, McLaren, Lauren, I appreciate you. How's St. Louis looking for Monday and Friday? Well, St. Louis needs to pay attention on Friday. Definitely. Definitely on this Friday, St. Louis needs to pay attention. Some models do bring a lot of, like the HRRR did right there, a lot of convection to St. Louis. Philadelphia, PA on Friday. Yeah, we are in a general thunderstorm. I think we could get stretched into a marginal on Friday. We could even have a day 4. I know this says there's nothing on day 4 up here, but like CSU says, I think we could see this type of risk zone stretching up through, marginal slight up through PA. So this is a Saturday outlook. Friday night we could see something moving off into PA, but then definitely Saturday we could get a little more amplified. Middle Minnesota. Yeah, Middle Minnesota is probably going to have some pretty strong thunderstorms tomorrow. We can take a look at the HRRR here, and got some decent thunderstorms moving through late morning, afternoon hours. Doesn't look like anything too bad. Let's actually pull into our O3Z. Let's go to O2. Here we go. And not seeing really any supercell-like storms out here, but this is a pretty good squall line. What the heck was that drawing, guys? This is a pretty good squall line. So a lot of this looks to initiate, though, right past this region here. So central Minnesota and out east. People saying Chicago's going to storm, but weather app says it's not. Yeah, it's because it's a conditional setup. The weather app chooses randomly. I don't even know. I could probably look it up, which model it wants to look at to tell you what the weather's going to be like. Oops, I didn't know it was like that. And some models show some very strong, severe storms going through Chicago tomorrow, capable of anything from tornadoes, damaging winds to strong hail, to big hail. And some models think that there's going to be a cap on the atmosphere there, meaning there's going to be a little bit of a warm sector up in the mid layers, and we're not going to be able to have that convection forming overhead. So yeah, whatever model your weather app's looking at, it's picking one that doesn't show it. But that's why we call it conditional. It's either going to be very bad or it's going to be a big flop. And I'm somewhere in the middle. The HRRR thinks it's going to be somewhat spicy, as we say. So I'll probably side with the fact that I think Chicago is probably going to get some pretty bad weather tomorrow. Samantha Renee, you in the back, raising your hand right there. When is Norwood, Missouri going to get hit? Norwood, let's take a look here. Oh my gosh, how small is Norwood, Missouri? Because I can't even find it. Norwood. Norwood, Missouri. Oh my god. Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, it's it is a small little town. All right, down there in. So you guys are down there in like center. What is that like? That's like the Ozarks, right? That's pretty cool. You guys have some mountains in there. Maybe I'm wrong. No, you guys kind of are. So South Central Missouri. Yeah, we can take a look at that. Let's actually quickly move down there and take a look. Really small, yeah. All right. Here's our OOZHRRR. Some strong thunderstorms potentially moving in as early as, so you'd be Central Time, so 3 p.m., 2 p.m. tomorrow. But things look to really get interesting here. Look at Friday. Specifically this. So this is 17, so this is going to be about 5 takeaways. So this is going to be about 11 a.m., 12 in the afternoon. You get some storms initiating overhead in South Central Missouri. And then you start to see some long track supercells. Now, right now, it looks like those very severe storms form just out to the east of you, but this is a very, very close call. This is a very, very close call because as soon as these initiate, we're going to have some pretty good severe weather parameters here for potential damaging thunderstorms and like I said, they want to form just out to the east of Norwood, but there's a possibility they don't. There's a possibility this setup shifts a little bit to the west. So, yeah, and that for Friday is looking around 2 p.m. in the afternoon with the latest information that we have, Central Time. Omaha, Nebraska, we're not seeing really any much until maybe next Tuesday. I cooked. Hey, really quick, I'm going to pin this. Guys, if you don't follow Mesomat, I'm telling you, follow him. I'm telling you, he does this full time. I do this. If full time means 40 hours a week, I do this full time too, but I also have a full time job. Which hopefully, listen, if I get enough subscribers and I get enough followers and stuff like that, one day I will be able to just focus on this, and then I'll probably be doing this 80 hours a week. But he does this full time, and he covers severe weather events. He'll be up covering a severe weather event from 12 in the afternoon till 6 in the morning sometimes if he has to be. So he's extremely smart. He knows what he's talking about, and he has a big team in his chat that helps answer everyone's questions if he can't answer them fast enough, like me. But my friend doesn't even say that there is a chance for severe weather. I live in Chicago. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. If you want to know why that's crazy, because this is our best short range model right here. This is our best short range model. Here we go. Let's look at the NAM 3K. Here's why this is crazy. Is there a chance Chicago doesn't get any bad weather tomorrow? Yes. But is there a chance you guys get very bad weather tomorrow? Yes. Here's the latest NAM 3K. Look, okay. Oh, wait. You guys actually aren't. Wait, what happened? Why isn't this showing? Hold up. Oh, it is showing. Oh, it's not on here. 1 second. It is showing for you guys. 1 second. Why is that? Not showing on. Hold up. What? 1 second, guys. Okay. There we go. So here's the latest NAM 3K. Look at this. And this is a good model, guys. This is a short range, your short range North American model. This is a good model. And this is an outbreak of severe weather in Chicago. If we look at our HRRR00Z, again, this is considered probably our best short range model. And we've got strong thunderstorms moving through that region. So, you know, we'll really know tomorrow morning. We'll know probably pretty close to for sure, but your weather app's looking at, I don't know what model run your weather app's looking like, Matt. Let me see. I'm gonna head to bed so I can be up early for updates. All right, yeah, guys, throw Matt a follow. He will be up very early, probably 5-6 a.m. giving updates on all the latest risk zones and everything you'll want to know. All right, Matt, I'll talk to you very early. Trust me, my son will wake me up at the break of dawn. Nia, what time was that, Connor? Chicago area, we're still talking 6-7 p.m. Love you, Matt. My mom just had a hip replacement surgery, and we live in Chicago. Keep your weather. Make sure you're getting alerts. The good thing about this, though, it's a late afternoon, evening event. It's not going to be one of those, nocturnal events. So you should all be up, pay attention to the news, to updates. Like I said, I'll probably be live streaming. If I'm not, Matt will. I might get on a little bit later than Matt. Casey, can you show up Cape on this model for Friday? Whew. Yes, I can. And then who else? As long as it's done before Beyonce starts. I don't think it'll be done before Beyonce starts. I think it'll start right after Beyonce starts. That's the problem. But timing on these does change. Timing on this stuff does change. The speed of these, we'll see these shift by an hour or two all the time, right before the event. Sometimes a couple hours. So this is the instability out here in Chicago. So almost 4,000 joules per kilogram of surface cape. Plenty of instability to work with. But again, I mean, you could see in that sounding I just took, this is capped in this sounding. So this line right here, that's your parcel. This red line right here is the temperature of your atmosphere with verticality. So your parcel of air needs to be warmer than the air around it and above it to lift, rise up with that moisture, condense, release that latent heat, and convect or form that convection in these strong thunderstorms. If your atmosphere gets warmer than that parcel of air, nothing's going to happen. Your storms aren't going to form. And it's very close. It's very close in Chicago. It's an all or nothing type of look. So, but your parcel temperature is also your lapse rate. So higher lapse rates, typically you're going to have a better chance of those thunderstorms forming. It's going to be 86 to 90 tomorrow. To chat, we're cooked. Night, Joshua. Friday is going to be bad. I can feel it. I hope not. I hope not. Guys, I got to get off. I want to get up early, and I want to get a video done very early in the morning. So I'm going to hop off here. I appreciate... I got 25 followers. That's awesome. I appreciate anyone followed. Gifted, just being in here helps the algorithm. McLaren, Nicole, Lauren, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Again, whoa. BC with the shell energy. BC, I appreciate you. Pay attention, BC. We're really watching Northwestern. I don't know if you were in here earlier when we talked about the instability in northern, or the SIG tours in northern Indiana. It looks crazy. So let's hope that downtrends. But yeah, you guys want to join the Discord community that we're talking to every day. All my updates go in Discord first. I update everything for the day in Discord, and then I start posting it on TikTok, Instagram, everything else. But I do everything on Discord, and people in my Discord know what's going on a little bit before everyone else. But if you become a member on YouTube, sub on TikTok, you get access to that Discord, or you can just find my Discord. It's literally $3 a month. That's it. Yeah. I appreciate you guys being in here. I'm going to be up tomorrow. I'm going to be updating everything. I'm going to try to put out an early video tomorrow, and I am going to be live streaming tomorrow. And when I'm not on, Matt will likely be on. He's going to be on for most of the day tomorrow. So everyone have a great night. Seriously, I'm sorry if I couldn't answer all your questions, but I'll answer them in Discord. Yeah, everyone have a great night. And it is Thursday out here on the East Coast, so happy Thursday. Almost at the end of the week. See you guys. Yep, good night. I appreciate you guys.